excited that this will hopefully be a majority year, and 2010 will be our vintage for passing wine shipping. It's been around for far too many years, and like the proverbial covered truck issue, may this finally be our year to free the grapes. So we're excited to have Senator Raskin and Pugh and Delegate Krisiak here as our lead sponsors. As you can see, we have a long list, and so just wanted to have them share with you a few of their thoughts about what they hear from their constituents about this issue, and what their thoughts are on the progress of it. So, Senator Raskin?
Thanks so much. Thanks for your organizing, and I want to thank everybody for coming. It is a landmark movement and a landmark moment in this movement that we now have assembled a majority of both the members of the House of Delegates and members of the Senate to sign on to the legislation. In a logical world, that would indicate that the bill is just about to pass. But Annapolis has its own logic. But this bill commands extraordinary popularity across the state, and I hear from Democrats, from Republicans, from independents, from liberals, from conservatives, from wine lovers, from people who prefer to drink something else, that the people of Maryland should have the exact same rights as the people presently do in 37 states in the District of Columbia to order wine, and our wineries should have the right to ship out of state and to ship in state, the right that is presently being denied to them. We are now stuck with these anachronistic prohibition-era restrictions that just don't make sense in the 21st century. Everybody knows that this is a bill whose time has come, and we call on the leadership to lead with us here. I remember something that Xiao Enlai said. He said, those are my people, I am their leader, I must follow them. And at this point, we are asking the leaders to follow us in doing the right thing with the wine bill.
I was going to have a delegate give a perspective from the House side.
Well, interestingly enough, because the history's been mentioned and covered trucks were mentioned, when I came here 20 years ago, the first constituent to visit me in person was a young man who was interested in buying wine that was not available in the state of Maryland. And 20 years later, and we haven't progressed at all in that area. I don't think we have a right to tell anyone what they may or may not drink if they're drinking a legal product. We're talking about legal product. So it's interesting in this because there's no big corporation out there that's going to profit. There's no one going to be harmed. In the 37 states, there's been no example of the retailers or wholesalers having any loss because of direct ship. So this is a win-win kind of thing. People can get what they want, and the industry has no harm done to them because of it. I think it's about time we did it, and I don't know how to excuse not being able to do it, but we're doing our best, folks.
I could really just ditto everything that's already been said, but since I'm standing here, let me just say a little bit more. First of all, let me say I'm not a wine drinker. I'm not a drinker at all, but I just believe in the rights of people. And I think that this is the right thing to do. And I think it's already been said that industry, first of all, no one suffers as a result of this. I think there are those who would say that some folks will even benefit as a result of this. And I do also believe that it is a bill whose time has come. I also want to applaud you, Adam, for all your hard work in terms of pulling people together and trying to explain to folks how important this is to those who are interested in this particular piece of legislation. And I can say, having talked with leadership of the Senate and talked with leadership in the House and talked with various members of the Senate and the House, that there is a sentiment for this particular piece of legislation. Now, my hope is that it is a bill whose time has come, that we will continue to do the right thing in the Senate of Maryland, and that some folks will recognize that sometimes you should follow, and that sometimes it's not necessarily leadership in name, but leadership in thought and ideas. And hopefully, this again is a bill whose